Finding Dory, set to debut in November 2015. T-Mobile updating iPhones to work on their network. House of Cards coming to Blu-ray, and more on today's edition of iWake. Well, welcome back to another edition of iWake. Today is Wednesday, April 3rd, 2013, and I'm Tim Chaten. Today, let's get into the news. First up, Pixar has announced a sequel to Finding Nemo entitled Finding Dory. This is set to debut in November of 2015. And I'm looking forward to it, as long as it's good, right? They're doing a Monsters University, which is kind of a prequel to Monsters, Inc. If that is good, my faith in Pixar will be restored with this Finding Dory as a sequel. A lot rests on that film because Brave, for me at least, Brave was a good film but not a great film. And we had Cars 3, and it's been a while since we've had a truly great Pixar film. So I'm curious to see if Monsters Universal will be good, because that will encourage me to think that this Finding Nemo sequel will be good as well. So, with that said, let's move on to T-Mobile. They are set to release a software update to iPhones on April 5th. Now, what will this update do? This update will be a carrier update. I'm not sure if this will be OTA, and available to unlocked devices. And this will enable LTE on T-Mobile. This will enable visual voicemail, MMS settings, and some different optimizations for their network. So this is pretty exciting news. The T-Mobile iPhone is coming on April 12th, and this is just one of those steps on the way to its release. Next up, House of Cards, which is a Netflix exclusive show, is coming to Blu-ray. This comes from Amazon.com. It's coming to Blu-ray, priced at $53. So this is very much a premium TV show, kind of like a HBO as far as pricing. Sony is distributing it through Blu-ray here, and this is really intriguing that it's priced this high without any bonus content, it would appear. Now, House of Cards is available for Netflix streaming subscribers for $8 a month, and looks like a pretty good offering when you consider the price of the Blu-ray alternative. It's unclear if, when the Blu-ray comes out, if I'll be able to buy it in iTunes for $50. That's unclear. But this is definitely something worth noting. Link in the show notes for where you can pre-order that. Related to that, Video Realm, Warner Archive Instant has launched as a new streaming service. This is a $10 per month service, offers classic movies and TV shows. So this is kind of a competitor for Netflix for all the really old Warner content. So it has Warner's own content as well as MGM, RKO, and allied artists. So it's now out of beta and available. There is a Roku streaming app for this service. Otherwise, you'll need Silverlight Player for PC and Mac. But unfortunately, Mac does not support HD versions at this time. So this is definitely an interesting service. Movie buffs are really a big fan of this. They've reviewed it favorably already. So very cool that is actually coming out. Next up today is Apple seeding developers 10.8.4. So this is the next version of OS 10. It is coming out just basically a bug fix. It looks like no big features have been unveiled. But this will be, I believe, one of the final releases of Mountain Lion, as we're getting closer and closer to OS 10.9. So I think we'll have probably maybe one or two more left, but mostly bug fixes at this point as Apple gets ready for their next major update to OS 10. Next up today, more stuff from Apple themselves, is Apple contacting this Facebook group page about, my apologies, this was actually a late April Fool's Day joke in which Apple contacted a group encouraging Apple to release a new Mac Pro, and that is actually a false thing that happened. So let's move on to something I think most of you will enjoy. This is a trailer for the new Funny or Die Steve Jobs movie starring the Mac actor from the Mac versus PC ads, not Ashton Kutcher, but Justin Long. So he is starring in this, and the trailer looks great. The movie is coming out in literally a week or two. I'm not sure if it'll be free or what the distribution mechanism will be, but it'll be on funnyordie.com. And the trailer is linked to in the show notes there. So very cool news there. Meanwhile, Apple is set to have its quarterly earnings call on April 23rd. That's a Tuesday. And this is exciting news because they've probably, I imagine they're going to announce great earnings, even though there haven't been really any new products except that updated iPad 128 gigabyte. What I'm excited for here with the quarterly earnings call is on April 24th. What's going to happen the day after the quarterly earnings call? Historically, Apple does something the day after a quarterly earnings call. They sometimes have events. They sometimes have new products come out just on their website. What are they going to do on April 24th? It's been since the holiday quarter that they've really done anything. So what will they do on April 24th? And will they, I could see on April 22nd, having WWDC tickets go for sale, have those sell out as something to announce right before the quarter ends. So I could see them doing both of those things. April 22nd having WWDC tickets, and April 24th having some big event or some product release. So I think that is very likely. This is all speculation from me, but I believe it to be something that could be very true. Next up today on the show, AT&T is rolling out HD Voice. So T-Mobile was the first to announce HD Voice that is supported by the iPhone 5, and it's now coming to AT&T pretty soon. So this just shows you how competition is a good thing, a very good thing. And with that said, that'll do us for today's show. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. You can find the show notes at iWakePodcast.com. The YouTube version is up at youtube.com/TCHATEN. And if you would like to purchase my book, I would highly encourage you to do that. iPod Evolution is in the iBookstore. Just search for iPod Evolution. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. I'll talk to everyone again real soon.